Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and my review on the latest flanker of the never-ending YSL Black Opium. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on all things girly, especially videos on smelling really good. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave today's video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I appreciate you so much. With that said, if you would like to know my thoughts on the new YSL Black Opium Le Parfum, then just keep on watching. Guys, so I have the latest release from YSL Black Opium, and this is Le Parfum. I do have the travel size for this fragrance, and I think I'm probably almost done with this travel size because I just couldn't make up my mind on whether I love this fragrance or if this is not needed. So it's taken me maybe like 4 days to be able to like go back and forth. So I'm going to let you guys know all of my thoughts. So first I'm going to start off by letting you know the main accords for this fragrance and the notes, and then I'm going to jump right into my thoughts and my experience wearing the fragrance. So the main accords are vanilla, sweet, warm, spicy, coffee, powdery, white floral, balsamic, patchouli, and fruity. The top notes are pear, cinnamon, and green mandarin. Middle notes are solar notes, orange blossom, and jasmine sunback. And the base notes are Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, vanilla absolute, coffee patchouli, and vanilla orchid. So when I started hearing about this fragrance all over Instagram and just all over the internet, I was not excited because I feel like Black Opium has had so many flankers that it's kind of just inevitable right now to just be like, okay, another one. And I got a little curious. I looked up the notes, and when I saw that they were using 4 different types of vanillas, which was kind of like the highlight of this flanker, I was pretty intrigued because I love vanilla fragrances. I love anything that smells cozy, warm, sweet, vanilla. It's just that note that is just very easy to go to for me. So I did go ahead and get my hands on a travel size. Now, I have worn this fragrance, I would say, more than 5 times already, just trying to test it out, see how I feel about it. Is this something that I think is a must-have? And we're gonna get right into it. So when you first spray this fragrance on, I get a very subtle, very subtle bit of pear, but it's not going to be pear where you imagine like this juicy, fruity pear in a fragrance. It's not really that. I feel like I'm getting a lot of warmth from this fragrance. And the opening is just a little bit bright. I do get a little bit of like a fresh, fruity opening, but it's super understated because the vanillas to me start coming through like right away. So as soon as I spray this fragrance, what I will say is that if you were not a fan of Black Opium because of how much coffee it has in it and you prefer something a little softer, then this might be the flanker for you, because I feel like you can just imagine the original Black Opium, which has a lot of white florals. It has coffee, so it does have like a little bit of a bitter touch to it. Imagine that, but with a veil of just soft vanilla covering all of it and making it a little bit more creamy, making it a little bit more electronic, smooth, just well-rounded. The first time I wore this, it was for bedtime, so I wanted to test it out right before bed. I sprayed myself all over, and I did really enjoy like that soft vanilla cloud that I was in. But I will say that this fragrance does not last the first night that I wore it. So I didn't really feel like I can smell it around me. I couldn't really enjoy it too much. And so the first night I was just kind of like, okay, I guess this is not really like a big deal. I'm not really going to recommend this fragrance. I feel like it's a little redundant in the line already. Black Opium for me has never been that fragrance where I've been wearing it for years. It hasn't been that way. I actually got my first bottle of Black Opium, I would say maybe like 2 years ago, because even though I did smell it in many places, my mom has worn Black Opium for a long time. I knew about the fragrance, but I wasn't the girl who was wearing Black Opium, because at the beginning when I was younger, I really couldn't stand Black Opium at first. And then once I was like closer to my 30s is when I started kind of getting like interest in Black Opium. And I just ended up really falling in love with Nuit Blanche, the flanker, just because that one is more like tonic, it's more creamy. It's almost like café con leche type of vibe. So Black Opium and Black Opium Extreme, which if you are looking for strictly caffeine in your fragrance, you want that coffee note, I would go with the Extreme Flanker because they really did amp up the caffeine in that one. But lately, I have kind of not been feeling the coffee note in my body care or in my fragrances. I did get rid of a few fragrances that have coffee in them. I did get rid of some body care that had coffee in it because I'm kind of not really feeling coffee like that anymore. I was into it for a little bit, but it's definitely not my scent profile that I enjoy. So getting this one where it has so much vanilla in it, because sometimes they will claim to put certain notes in there and you don't really pick them up, but I do feel like this is packed with vanilla in it. And I don't want to say that this is a must have. I don't want to say that this is like the next best thing out there, because it's definitely not. You're still getting that Black Opium DNA. It's in here. The coffee is smoother. It's a little bit less sharp. The florals are also not as sharp in here, the white florals. I get this really beautiful vanilla scent with a little bit of coffee in it. So when I first applied this fragrance, I do remember thinking like, wow, I'm getting so much vanilla. I'm not really getting like a lot of the other notes, even though you can tell that you are wearing Black Opium. So the Black Opium DNA is definitely present, but it's just so much more like subdued, and then the vanilla is just the dominant note in this fragrance. Now, if you are a vanilla lover, then you're probably really going to enjoy this flanker. Now, if you are someone who has a bunch of flankers of Black Opium, or if you've tried many flankers before, you might not find this super exciting. It's definitely nothing like groundbreaking, innovative, or anything like that. It's definitely still Black Opium. So if you have a lot of Black Opium, this is not something that you have to rush out and pick up. If you have been curious about Black Opium, or you've been wanting to try one, I feel like this flanker is definitely beautiful. I love the use of vanilla in here. I think that it just made it fluffy, warm, cozy scent. I love vanilla. I'm not complaining about it. And I'm pretty sure once I'm done with this travel size and I run out of my Nuit Blanche, this would be the next one that would probably replace that if it's still around, because it does kind of go hand in hand with the Nuit Blanche. So if anything, I would say that this is like the new Nuit Blanche to the Black Opium line. It's definitely smoother. It's definitely creamier, a little sweeter, just more rounded and just smooth. It's very smooth. Now, I will say that not too long ago, I would say it was about 2-3 days ago, I had my hair up in a ponytail. I had been running errands all day, and I decided before leaving the house to go pick up a few things that we needed. I went ahead and I sprayed a little bit of this on me, and I did one of those where you just spray and then you spray the air, you let it kind of fall all over your hair, and I left. I just left the house. I wasn't even really thinking about it. And when I get to one of my stops, I'm just there, waiting to be helped out. And I was kind of getting a bit of a headache. So I was like, oh, let me just take my ponytail off and just leave my hair loose to see if that helps. And I take my ponytail off, and as soon as my hair like falls down, I got the most beautiful scent. I'm not sure if it was my shampoo from the previous day mixed in with the shampoo, but I know that it was just beautiful. It smelled so good. So I don't know what about this fragrance. It just clung onto my hair and it just smelled amazing. Like I kept on smelling like around me. And I was just like, oh my God, is this like the Black Opium? It's smelling so, so good. So definitely surprised me there. And I kind of just fell in love with it. And that night, I kind of made like a connection to a fragrance that I already have. I kind of like to give these examples to you guys so that you guys can know what to expect. So it reminded me so much of a fragrance that I have been loving, I would say for the past around holiday season, and that is Commodity Gold. So it really reminded me of this fragrance. Now, This one is still a little bit more dainty, a little bit more chic, a little bit more modern, I would say. It just makes me think of vanilla, but at the same time, I also think of like clean girl aesthetic at the same time. It's just a beautiful, dainty vanilla fragrance. So it made me think of this one. Now, they're not dupes for each other. They don't smell the same, but they do have very similar qualities to each other, as well as if you like Kayali Vanilla 28, you would really enjoy this one as well. So I would say that this one is for the vanilla lovers, and also just if you want something new from Black Opium, go ahead and check it out, but it's definitely not one that is groundbreaking. But I will say that it is a beautiful fragrance. It smelled really nice, and I have been enjoying it the times that I have been wearing it out. So there are some Black Opium flankers that I did try that I was not a fan of. So far I have really loved the Nuit Blanche. Is my number one. That one unfortunately is discontinued. And then after that, I did enjoy the Extreme for a long time, like the travel size of it, because I was loving that coffee note. But I'm not really enjoying coffee like that anymore in my fragrances. So I would say that once I run out of my Black Opium Nuit Blanche, I would definitely pick up a bottle of Black Opium Le Parfum. I feel like it has been kind of refined in my eyes. I know that many people do love the original Black Opium. It's been used a lot for like clubbing and nighttime and things like that, date night. I would say that this isn't that. I would say that it's definitely a little bit more subdued. It's definitely more for that like cozy stay in type of vibe. I'm watching movies tonight, I'm cuddling with my boo, that type of feeling. And if you know my channel, you know that these are the types of fragrances that I love. I'm not really the one that's going to be recommending like those beast mode fragrances or super loud fragrances, because I cannot handle those myself. So if you are into just softer scents, very just inviting, I feel like this is something that when you're wearing it, people will kind of feel this warmth from you, just inviting, soft, cozy type of vibe, and that's what I love. So I will say that this was a hit for me. I'm not going to run out and pick up a full-size bottle at the moment, but once I move, if I use up all of the travel size in a decent, like in a timely manner, then I will definitely go check out the full size of this one, because I think that it's really beautiful. So that brings me to the end of today's video. That is my thoughts and my review on the Black Opium Le Parfum. I have not seen any other reviews. I cannot wait to see what the girlies here on YouTube think about Le Parfum. So I'm definitely going to be sitting back and relaxing and hopefully finding some reviews on this one. I'm not sure if there are any reviews, but for those of you who wanted my opinion on Black Opium Le Parfum, here it is. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have tried this fragrance already, or if you're interested in trying it out. And if you did try it out, please share your thoughts about it and how you feel. Cannot wait to chat with you guys in the comment section. That is going to be it from me today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.